On the show today, Kaley Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory swings by studio and steals my trophy. How dare she? Then we'll fire up the remake of the groundbreaking tactical shooter Syndicate in Game Break. And get ready to gaze upon either the biggest smartphone you've ever seen or the smallest tablet you've ever seen. We'll draw all over the new Samsung Galaxy Note on Gadgetron.
Huge week, my lord. First of all, oh no, I got nothing. It was I don't remember any of the week. I have no idea what happened.
It was a short week. It was a 3-day week.
It was quick,
4-day week.
real quick.
Phase 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, different than normal.
Yeah.
We had Robert Kirkman on the show.
We did have Robert Kirkman.
And I gotta watch.
You gotta watch? Yeah. It looks like there's room on that wrist, though. You know what would go great with that?
No, get rid of that slap bracelet.
Come on.
I don't want you to
I'm
hurt
telling you,
me.
they're coming back in style.
Okay,
This is
I have
great.
one. I have a great one. Mine
Yeah?
says, I love mustaches.
What?
But just please don't
Just
do
let it go.
it.
Just,
No.
baby,
I'll show
baby,
you
please,
how.
baby.
Ah. Okay, you don't get it back. You don't get it back.
All right. Yeah, we discovered that Candace fears the slap bracelet this week.
I don't fear the slap bracelet. You
do
make
you
me
do?
sound like I fear everything.
Well,
I
you
don't
kinda
fear it.
do.
I just fear it from far distances because it will hurt. They're going like this. He's like, let me get your ankle. Let me get your... No. And then he's like this far away gonna slap me
Get it,
with
get
it.
it going.
That will hurt.
All
Up
right.
close, it doesn't hurt.
I was
I'm
just
not
trying to
afraid of
anger you
slapping.
so that you would go Super Saiyan again.
It doesn't do the same thing when I don't have the green screen.
Yeah, that was
behind
on
me,
green
but-
screen. That was great. Okay, can we stop pretending that there aren't Shamrock Shakes in the damn studio? Can we stop pretending it? They're back. They're back.
Thanks.
Someone
I've never
tweeted
had
to
one
us
of
to
these
say that they're.
before.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm serious.
You haven't tasted Majesty?
I haven't, and I'm really excited to, although I think Jesus might be mad at me
What?
because I gave up sweets for Lent. This happened last year.
I respect everybody's superstitions. This is delicious. The Lord made everything that is in this cup.
I know.
Okay? Oh my God! She's going to hell! Oh my God! Flame graphics! Flame
really
graphics!
good.
You're done.
That's
Your-
really good.
Your
Yeah, mint chocolate chip is my favorite.
of being good and wholesome is now completely ruined and shattered.
No, he understands. It's for my job.
I'm doing it for the money, Lord.
Damn. No,
How's your,
don't
how's your,
worry.
how's your shake, Grace? Grace Helbig's here, by the way.
It tastes like shamrocks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like Jesus invented this shake. So I think
He
it's
did.
okay.
On the 7th day, he just kicked back and
took
had
a
one of these
break.
and a McRib.
Yeah, he grabbed some shamrocks and some
that
ice
how this was
cream. Yeah,
Shamrocks and ice
put
cream.
it together. Guys, lots of stuff happened this week.
What, Grace? What happened?
Yeah. Scientists found a fossilized forest underneath a coal mine in China.
What?
I know. One of the most popular mobile games ever is headed to space.
What?
Yeah, I know. And a woman claims to have found a face of a founding father in some food that kind of tastes like chicken. I know.
Crazy, Grace.
Now back to you guys.
A lot of stuff going on. Thanks, Grace. Are we gonna keep these the whole time?
Yeah. Well, for the
All
next
right.
minute or two until
Sounds
I'm done
good.
with mine.
If you already have an uneasy relationship with sports, you're probably not gonna like a sport where there's a chance of being shocked when you have the ball.
True. Prepare your endocrine system, because it's time for Adrenaline Junkies.
Adrenaline Junkies.
Adrenaline! It's nature's energy drink. It's also what these guys are hooked on. Snowboarding down mountaintops is pretty crazy. Turns out trying to make a movie about doing it is even crazier. Highly decorated professional snowboarder Xavier De La Rue collaborated with his friends to make this short documentary film, This Is My Winter. Xavier is one of the best freeriders or backcountry snowboarders in the world. Watch as he navigates down this line of ice at speeds practically too fast for the camera to keep up with. And as you can see, the amazing aerial footage and headcam footage is breathtaking. I mean, literally, we watched while holding our breath.
And I just cut myself with the puny, otherwise I'd be dead, man.
As much as the film is these guys being masterful freeriders, the piece also features how the crew struggled to find suitable conditions for riding due to the mild winter. It also showcased the lengths these guys go to do what they love. From hiking up mountains, to rappelling down potential avalanche shelves, to being dropped off by helicopters on death's doorstep.
Yeah, I think there's this one moment that's the most intense, you know, when you open the door of the heli, you gotta step out on this super sharp ridge, and that's pretty much terrifying all the time.
You can head on over to timelinemissions.com and watch the entire piece. Synthetic adrenaline pushers Red Bull continue to sponsor insane stunts like Red Bull Stratus. This upcoming mission will take Felix Baumgartner in a stratospheric balloon and capsule to the edge of space, over 120,000 feet above the Earth.
I'm going to open that door and it will step off that capsule, free falling back to Earth and breaking the speed of sound. Then I will pull my parachute and land on the ground safely.
The Red Bull Stratus team is comprised of experts in aerospace, medicine, engineering, and the last man to jump from this height, Joseph Kittinger. In 1960, Joe set a record by jumping from just over 120,000 feet, and he proved that a man could survive falling from the edge of space. Although records will be broken during this jump, those achievements are not the goals of the mission. Valuable medical and scientific data will be gained for future atmospheric endeavors. When is this jump happening, you ask? Well, I answer, according to the team, sometime this year. For now, check out redbullstratus.com for updates and keep your eyes on the skies. And finally, the category of extreme sport doesn't seem extreme enough for Ultimate Taser Ball. Yeah, I meant that. Taser Ball. This new sport was conceived by Leif Kellenberger, presumably after watching an episode of Cops. One would assume that something like Ultimate Taser Ball would have no rules, but fortunately for those playing, there are a few. The game is essentially full contact handball, but with tasers. 4 players per side, 2 goals, and only the player with the ball can be tased. With only 3 7-minute periods, we can only describe this game as, well, tasy. Currently, the league only has 4 teams, but expansion franchises are in the works. So if you'd like to run around with a ball while people try to tase you, steal something from a sporting goods store, or just go to utblive.com to find out more information.
Hi, this is Kevin Hibbard, editor on Attack of the Show. Coming up, we have Kaley Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory. She stops by just to be oohed and awed by our audience, and me. Then in Game Break, we take a gander at the reboot of the sci-fi shooter Syndicate. Stick around.
Tony, this is gonna catch on.
I did it! I don't think y'all know how hard that is. A lot of people have been trying it and haven't gotten that yet, so.
Oh, good.
So I'm really good, just so you guys know.
I don't know what you said. This tasted so good, I couldn't hear words.
Here are some of our favorite videos of the week.
Like this extremely normal commercial for Australia's Central Institute of Technology.
Yes, Central.
Yeah, Central.
Hen. Hey, Hen. You know, I bet you're wondering where you should go to further your education, right?
How did you do that, Aaron?
It's a snap! Here at the Central Institute of Technology. You alright?
Yeah.
Anyway, here at the Central Institute of Technology, everything is at your fingertips. It's a snap.
Oh, so this is where they do the fashion and textiles. Don't panic. Don't panic, Aaron. Oh, jeez. Aaron, snap. Snap to the hospital. You can do it. Snap. Oh, God!
That's great.
Yeah.
But magical powers always have a
Oh,
drawback.
tell me about it, Candace Bailey. I recently got telepathy.
Yeah.
You know, I read the minds.
Yeah, yeah.
I can only read dogs' minds, though.
Oh.
It's kind of crazy. Do you know how much time they spend thinking about licking their own genitals?
You know, I don't.
All
really
the time! All of the time!
Okay, good to know. Here's a news report from the United Kingdom.
Oh, FYI, it may have been edited slightly.
Good evening and welcome to the BBC's news taken out of context. Our top story tonight. When it comes to alcohol, how much is too much? The court in Paris said it's up to Scotland to decide. They say you should have 300 units every 45 minutes and stop off for a beer on the way home. That's already a guideline in Scotland. Our correspondent, Jeremy Cook, has been focusing on the market town of Hereford.
Hereford. Jeremy Cook, BBC News. Hereford.
In the meantime, there are still plenty of people who want to kill off David Cameron. But today there was a rare display of unity in the Commons as David Cameron and the Labour leader Ed Miliband both decided that they should be allowed to end their own lives. And Nick is in Westminster for us. What's David Cameron actually up to?
The British Prime Minister is a posh English queen. He has his own up his arse.
Nick, thanks very much.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't really matter what a British person says. It just always sounds super sexy, you know?
Bangers and mash. Yeah, sexy.
Yeah, you accept that. Yeah, that was the exception to the rule there.
Get to ogle me chompers instead.
Oh God, stop it, please. Let's just next.
Finally, the best video we saw
you're
this
still
week.
doing it? I can't tell.
And potentially the best video we've seen all year is an amazing new song from comic David Alan Grier.
Yes, apparently Mr. Grier really enjoys a certain fire and human-manufactured natural gas pastime.
All I need them rice and beans, add a bowl of collard greens. Talking about that stomach turning, got to feel that ass burning. Fire stoking, ass smoking, roots tooting, ass. I see flames shoot out your ass, a blowtorch made out of natural gas. Looks like this party about to start. Bend over, honey, let's light some fire. Bend over, bitch, let's light some fire. Bend over, bitch, let's light some fire. Yo, we love lights in here.
So good.
Oh, well, so much for having a high-class show.
Yeah, that ship sailed a long time ago, Candace Bailey.
Dragons are awesome, tattoos are awesome, and girls are awesome. So I went to see The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, because it has all those things in the title. But all I got was 3 hours of Swedish rapists. It really bummed me out. F you, Sweden.
Look, everybody, it's G4TV.com's Eric Eckstein.
Thank you very much.
There you
Good to be back.
are.
It's me, I'm back.
So good to have you back, sir. Syndicate was like 20 years ago when we last saw this game, right?
It's been a while.
It was an isometric tactical shooter. Now we're in the first person with the guns and whatnot. Tell me, is this a remake? Is this a prequel, a sequel?
It's a reboot. They're really trying to get this franchise back off the ground and turn it into something that's kind of like an action-oriented Deus Ex. It has that look and feel of a futuristic society where
Chips are in your head. You don't need the computers anymore. You get the internet straight into your brain. And evil corporations, of course, are bigger than countries, and they wage war and all sorts of nonsense on each other.
Gotcha. And it's kind of cool because the whole chip aspect to it, everything is sort of connected to the future internet, if you will. So not only can you get readouts and scans of enemies, but even objects in the world have little pop-ups. And I like it was a neat style, I thought.
No, it's neat. I mean, they definitely allow you to do a lot of scanning of different things and bring up enemies. Like right now, you're seeing this dart overlay where you can see enemies in cover and hiding around. So there's all those types of abilities there.
That plays a bigger role in the game, which we'll get to in a second. But let's take a step back and talk about the actual single-player experience, because the story, it's there, I guess. But what are we doing?
You've heard this story before and seen it told before, but really it's the combat that's in the single-player game that makes it interesting, because you're sliding around under cover or vaulting over poles and doing all sorts of cool things. The weight of the guns is really, really interesting because you're firing all these different high-tech machinery, and it feels like you're actually holding it.
Really hefty and amazing sound design as well. Like the weapons really pop.
Pistols pop and machine guns go off really, really sweet.
So guns, that's sort of half the arsenal. The other half is this neural chip ability to hack into people's brains and check their Gmail or whatever the hell you're doing in the future.
Exactly.
Let's talk about those abilities.
So you have that dart ability, which allows you to kind of slow down time and then take out enemies as you will, and that orange glow that you see where they are hiding. But even better is that you have the ability to kind of take over different people's chips. So you can persuade a guard to kill other guards, or even persuade him to take out himself.
Yeah, you can like overclock their brains and basically they explode into confetti and blood and kill other people around them.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and then if you hack or breach your enemy, you can, again, make them commit suicide, persuade them to fight for you. Love that stuff. Let's talk about those weapons that there you said. I mean, it's very hefty, but is it the traditional pistol shotgun route, or is it future tech?
There's some of that, obviously pistols and machine guns, but there's also some of the more exotic weaponry, like guns that lock onto a target and then track into people around corners, or swarm rocket launchers, and all sorts of really cool futuristic technology.
You said exotic. Is there a machine gun Lamborghini?
Yes, of course.
Yes, that's all I want. I need that in my life. So this is some of the dart system, we'll see it in a second here being used. There it is, sort of black and white. Again, you mentioned the orange outline, which lets you see explosive canisters and enemies, but what else can we do from that overlay?
So obviously it gets slowed down and you can see all your different tactical options. Like right now, you see this turret shooting at you. What you need to do is breach it by highlighting and you hit a button, and then you can take over that turret and turn it on the enemies themselves.
Okay.
So now you've just taken something and turned it into a tactical advantage.
So this dart power, it's nice. You can either use it to hack your enemies directly or use the environment to fight for you.
Yes, and really easy, one button. So.
Yeah, I remember this little sequence here. I didn't play much of the game, but I remember here like those cryo chambers. You could hack into them, retract them, so if an enemy was hidden behind them, you could again attack the enemy, go for the turret, or change the landscape so they no longer had that protective
Or bring
cover.
it out so that you have the cover.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's cool the gameplay design. All right, so single player, story might be a little run-of-the-mill.
Yeah.
What about the co-op, though? Is it related to the single player?
Co-op is, no, completely separate experience and fantastic. It plays very much like a Left 4 Dead style game where you need to play with your friends to accomplish the mission. If one guy runs alone, he's going to go down and you're not going to be able to take him back up. So lots of different roles. You're healing, you're putting up shields, you're doing all sorts of the cool things you've done in the single player game, but on another level.
And you're also upgrading and earning extra abilities, right?
Yep, you go up levels, you research weapons and application. It's not as boring as it sounds.
I was like, yeah, researching with my PS3 controller sounds awesome. You're looking at spreadsheets, you're compiling data, there's Excel. It's really exciting
It's really cool. You take on missions all around the world and you see lots of different new environments that you never see in the single player game.
I dig that. Is there a story, like an overarching story to the co-op, or is it pretty much just mission to mission, killing bad guys?
Mission to mission, but it's different corporations, so depending on what syndicate you're a part of, you're taking on rival corporations and things like that.
I dig that. All right, in 10 seconds or less, you know the drill.
Yeah.
Tell the folks at home, should they buy the game or not? Do we have the oh, there it is. Boom. All right. Eric, go!
All right, so single player, it's a little weak, so if you're not really, if you're only going to play for single player, you might want to skip. But if you want to play a multiplayer co-op experience, this is the one. Play with your friends. It's awesome.
Oh my God, you did it somehow miraculously! Eric Eckstein rocked it!
Thank you.
Hi, it's Kevin again. Up next, we have Kaley Cuoco. She talks about her girls' night out. Too bad I couldn't go because I'm busy editing this.
Personally, I just don't go in for all that science nonsense, but apparently it's all the rage with some people. What was that?
That girl is really funny.
She's really good.
That girl's hilarious.
Yeah, but I hear
She
she's
made me
kind of
die
a
Little crazy.
in reality a little bit.
Yeah.
Little
but
nutty in the noggin.
hilarious. I just laughed really hard at that.
Yeah. Well,
I hadn't even seen that.
It was funny watching you watch yourself make a metric ton of cash in just a short period of time.
That was like $1 million rip.
Insane.
It was like it cost them $1 million.
What are you doing with your piles of cash these days?
You know, just sitting in it. Everywhere. I throw it in the air, dance in it.
Like no rose
really
petal bath.
exciting.
It's just stacks of cash.
Money. Yeah. You know,
cares?
like everyone does, right?
Yeah. We burn it for warmth
There's
out here.
really people here. They're all talking. It's crazy. And they clap when I say something funny. Wow.
They also mirror like infants, apparently.
Yeah,
when you're like, right?
Yeah.
They don't have object permanence, by the way. So if you were to like hide your hand behind your face, they will freak out.
They will
think you
literally lose
disappeared.
their mind. She's gone.
Yeah,
I won't
exactly.
mess with you.
Please
like
don't.
that.
They're very fragile. First of all, thank you.
The sound effects are amazing.
Thank you. They're real human beings.
They are.
They're actual human beings. We feed and clothe them, and we water them down weekly.
That's impressive.
Giant hose.
Awesome.
Big day for us here because of your presence. We finally completed our Big Bang Theory bingo card.
I heard about this.
Yeah, we have the bingo card. You were the last holdout. Do we have a shot? Yeah, there it is. We were wondering. Normally the free space, but you did it. So.
Oh my God.
In honor of that, congratulations.
I get a fist.
Kevin, that's my trophy.
Yeah, it was Candace's trophy, but it's now yours.
Who the hell is that girl?
Great question.
She's trying to take my
It's a great
trophy.
question. She's trying to get in between our
my
loves.
trophy. You work here. Yeah. You can have it. I'll
thank
share
you.
it with you. Can you put the camera back on me?
Yeah, there we go. Back on the moneymaker. So
Really,
congratulations.
what
Put that
is
on the
this,
mantle next
though,
to your
really?
other fists, and
It's a fist.
yeah. So it's for solidarity, power, punching
That's
through
awesome.
objects.
I
yeah.
love this. I've never gotten one of these
Well,
before.
congratulations.
Do I
Now-
really get to take this home?
Yes, you do. Sorry, Candace.
You're
You're
not
fine.
really.
Yeah, you totally get it. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty, because there are
Yes.
countless folks, primarily males across the country, watching this, thinking, do I have a chance with her? What about? The answer is probably no. The answer is no. Sorry. But what would be the type? Like, if they're sitting there wondering, like, do I, like, what is there a checklist for guys that you would
You know
go
what?
for?
I think if you were to ask my friend, I don't think I really have a type. I've had, there's been definitely a little bit of a jail lineup going on, little prison lineup.
So you like them to have a rap sheet?
They're just a little different. No, I don't
Oh.
think I've ever really had a type. I mean, I love a funny, nerdy guy. I honestly, because I find myself hilarious, I need someone to make me laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what makes you like? Because there's different types of jokes. There's like the barroom humor. Then there's Comic-Con kind of.
Love,
jokes and whatnot.
I love that.
Yeah?
Comic-Con's my favorite place to go.
Really?
Yes. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because it's like speed dating with all the guys in spandex?
It's like 18,000 people at once to
Yeah.
date, one after another.
Yeah.
No, it's a little
Or
crazy.
at the
but-
same time, if you're trying to break a record, it's
That's
weird
true.
Japanese porn.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I love the sound effects back
Yeah.
here. It's so fun. They're so into it.
You can hire them to come by to your next girls' night.
Can I do that?
And they'll hang out and
How
watch.
did you hear about my
Bachelor-
girls' night?
Because you tweeted
Do you
about
follow
it.
me on Twitter?
I follow you on the Twitter.
What?
Yeah. I do.
I did. I tweeted about girls' night. We do. I'm a little obsessed. I don't want to admit it. Well, I am going to admit it that I love The Bachelor. Whoa.
Yeah. This is this is the one where they it's like one guy. Is it guy or girl this season?
Right
where
now
they
it's a
date?
guy, he's
Okay.
picking a girl, and they're down to like last three. But we have, I do a girls' night. So
Mhm.
every Monday night when The Bachelor's on, I have like 6 or 7 girls come over, and we watch the show and cook and just,
Is it there?
judge
Yeah,
it.
there's a photo of the girls'
There's
night,
our
by the way. Yeah, yeah.
group.
Oh, I want to photobomb that so
look
bad.
who's even there. One of the bachelorettes.
But when does
Allie.
it break out into like chocolate fondue fountains and pillow fights?
Oh
and
no, we're
scissors?
naked while we're watching.
Oh,
we're
okay,
all just
good.
naked. We a couple pillow fights in between commercials. Chocolate. That's the normal girls' night.
I love it.
So yeah. Are you all right?
No, I'm not.
All
I'm 10
right.
kinds of. The blood has very quickly drained from my brain. I cannot concentrate.
I'm sorry, I
so.
didn't mean to give away all the info, but that's what we do.
No, thank you. Next time, tweet when the Bachelor's in
Tweet those.
progress.
I should
those
tweet
are the
those
photos that we
photos.
want to
You're
see.
right, you're right.
And
I
I
wasn't
better
thinking.
see that fist trophy
Dude,
in the
this is gonna
background.
be right there, literally. And I'm gonna put on my mantle. I'm very proud of it.
So you're a woman of many talents, not just hosting a girls' night or completing a bingo card. You drum.
I used to, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Which I love.
Yeah, that's hot, right?
And yeah, very hot.
Yeah.
And the ping pong.
I'm very good at ping pong.
But apparently very competitive at ping pong as
Well,
well.
I'm very competitive in general, but yes, I'm very, very good at ping pong, and will take anyone down at any time.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge.
It's a challenge, and
Yeah.
I'm
Will it
challenging
end in screening matches and ping pong being banned from our set? Because apparently that's how it ended on your set.
It did. Well, we've been playing now for 5 seasons. We have a couple ping pong tables, and at first, you've had all the guys on the show. So Kunal has been on. He is a great ping pong player. I'll give him a couple props. But we used to get in screaming fights that ended in tears, and it was ruining our relationship.
And not like jokey, happy screaming fights.
It wasn't
like really,
funny.
I will cut you.
No, I will cut you. Yeah, our relationship is over. Ping paddles flying. Very McEnroe. A lot of like tennis racket. Yeah, very angry. Because we were both so competitive, and we had to like stop playing for a little while because we were ready to kill each other.
Can we, or are you guys doing a tournament officially?
Yes,
anything?
we do a tournament. Yes.
Because we would like to broadcast that. I think we'd like to get.
You want to broadcast it?
Yeah, we'll get some ping pong tables. Start off with ping pong, and then quickly transition to beer
pong. Well, we play different crews and different shows, so why don't we play you guys?
Oh. You could drop that like a gauntlet, but it would shatter our set is very cheap. Please don't.
And I went like that.
Please don't. We're surrounded by plasmas and we don't have insurance.
No, there's a lot of plasmas going on here.
Yeah,
So it's like my bedroom.
Take whatever you want. Kaylee,
you.
absolute pleasure. I hope to be mastering ping pong with you.
I hope you do too.
In the very
Good luck
near
to
future.
you.
And I'll see you at girls' night.
Thank you. Ooh, can I hear it? Ooh. I really like the sound
You guys. Kaley Cuoco, everybody.
Ninja Warrior is back on March 4th and 11th. If you like watching athletes face plant into stagnant water, you are gonna love this all-new season.
Point your Facebook machine at facebook.com/Ninja Warrior so Mark Zuckerberg can send you relevant advertisements.
Hi, Kevin here. Still ahead. Is it a tablet? Is it the smartphone? Or is it both? Well, the beautiful Matt Meyer will tell us what exactly the Samsung Galaxy Note is in Gadgetron.
All the news you need to know.
The feed.
Hey everybody, I'm Grace Helbig and here are your top stories. Woohoo! News! Earlier in the week, we told you about a huge fossilized forest discovered under a coal mine in China. The internet was all like, Pixar didn't happen, bro. And then the scientists were all like, here, no STFU. They're sassy. For the first time, we can now see photos of the prehistoric vegetation exactly as it looked 298 million years ago. Except, instead of being green and alive, everything has its carbon structure surrounded and solidified by various minerals. Yeah, like a real housewife of Beverly Hills. Scientists, they're beautiful on the outside. Scientists are using this opportunity to study ancient plant life, before China turns it into a backdrop for the world's largest rainforest cafe. I like the rainforest cafe. You can sit on a stool that makes your butt look like the bottom of a parrot. It's awesome. Warm up your index fingers because a new edition of Angry Birds is almost here. Woo! And this time, according to this trailer, you're shooting birds into space. Angry Birds Space comes out on March 22nd, and we'll learn more when developer Rovio makes an announcement on March 8th. That's my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, brother!
Yeah! And finally, George Washington famously could not tell a lie. The same might not be able to be said about a Nebraska woman who claims a chicken McNugget she's auctioning off looks like the head of our first president. Yeah, Rebecca Spates stashed the McFather of our country in a freezer and put him up for sale on eBay. Spates says the proceeds will benefit a church summer camp. Clear connection there. I don't know how McNugget Washington feels about this, but I bet McNugget Jefferson would have a thing or two to say about the separation of church and state. And I bet he'd taste great with sweet and sour sauce, too. Yeah, history can be delicious. I'm Grace Helbig, and you've just been fed. You're welcome. Thank you. Now over to you guys. Thanks.
You're the bestest. Candace, I need your help. I'm looking for an enormous telephone.
Fire away, Gadgetron!
The Samsung Galaxy Note is here, and it's huge! With its 5.3-inch HD screen, powerful dual-core processor, and 10 hours of talk time, the Galaxy Note will dwarf the competition. And with the all-new pressure-sensitive S Pen, you can even scribble down personal notes or just doodle. It may not be small, but the Samsung Galaxy Note can be yours for only $299 with an AT&T contract. Hey, Matt Myra's back, everybody!
How you doing, everybody?
So good to see you, good sir. Uh-oh. Hold on. You're talking and... Oh, hold on. My comically oversized cell phone is ringing. Yeah! Hello?
Is this the prop department? Oh, it's Samsung.
No, this is Samsung. Let's bump to exchange contact info.
We did it! Shockwave destroys you all.
Downtown LA collapses. This is actually a real phone.
Yeah.
This is not a joke. And I know it's because Samsung knows what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, oh, my phone is too tiny and my tablet's too big. Nobody said that, actually. Not one of you ever said that, but Samsung thought you did, which is why they brought us the Galaxy Note.
Here it is. It is huge.
Yeah.
It's nearly 6 inches tall and over 3 inches wide. The back has a textured pattern, familiar plastic, just like a Samsung phone. It's like someone put a Ray Zelinsky blow-up ray on this and made it bigger. That's the second movie, guys.
Yeah.
It weighs just
that
over
wasn't
6
the
ounces.
one with the Oreo and the
No,
ants.
no.
I mean, whatever.
No, it weighs just over 6 ounces, but it doesn't feel heavy because it's so big.
Right.
On the left side, you have a volume rocker. Bottom, you have a micro USB port, and on the top is the headphone jack. Comes with 16 gigs of storage.
Okay.
Expandable.
Expandable,
You
though?
can put another 32 gigs in there if you
Oh,
want.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about, I mean, really, this is all about the giant screen. 5.3-inch Super AMOLED screen. The resolution is 1280 by 800, which is roughly the same as the smaller Galaxy Nexus that we looked at last week.
Yeah,
I imagine it's going to suffer a little bit of quality because of that, right?
Yeah, when you look at them next to each other, it does look a little fuzzier on this one. The Nexus had 1200 by 720. This has 1200 by 800. But again, the phone, it's a great looking screen. Squeezing it into a smaller display, the Nexus did look sharper. But this one's very impressive. You got the Super AMOLED backlight, so it's a very bright screen. Watching media, browsing the web on this thing is actually pretty cool.
Right.
It's huge.
And I just want, for the folks at home, this is not, I did not change the wallpaper image on the screen to an iPhone. That is an actual iPhone.
Put them next
It's like, it's...
If you put them next to each other,
look at that.
It's like a buddy cop movie.
Hey!
Hey! I'm too old for this.
I'm too fat.
I'm retiring tomorrow. Yeah, so the touchscreen was fairly responsive on here, as is the case with the stylus.
Okay, yeah, you call it a stylus.
I sure do.
But that's the old term for something that we used back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. This is the S Pen.
Yay!
Samsung included the S Pen, which is it's a stylus, right? I mean, that's all it is. You can draw on pictures.
This is it, you guys. It's docked into the phone. Yeah. Samsung folks really want us to call this the S Pen. So
add penises to your friends' foreheads without the hassle of a Sharpie.
It's so
really what this is.
There are some cool things you can do on this.
Please tell me.
So with this pen, for instance, you can tap the tiny little button on the phone, and then bring the stylus S Pen up to the screen.
Yes, thank you.
Tap and hold. It takes a screenshot. But then, the cool thing, it immediately opens up a photo editor.
Oh.
So you can draw on your picture.
Wait a minute. Yeah. That's incredible.
It's so much fun, you guys.
It's like, it reminds me of the Jornada or the iPad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
which again were devices from
It's a Newton. The other feature I liked a lot with the S Pen is the ability to add a quick note just by pressing the button. You just double tap on the screen. Brings up a little quick note feature where you can go ahead and jot down anything you'd like.
Okay. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand that, but and I'm not being facetious here. Are there new applications that really take advantage of this that make you go, oh, I need a stylus again, or an S Pen, or whatever the hell they're called?
There are some applications. None of them really that productive.
Okay.
Some of them are a lot of fun. There's a crayon game for the kids.
All right.
You just hand this over to them. They don't need to learn anymore.
No, just rewire your brains, baby Einstein.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a cool gadget.
And don't choke on Daddy's S Pen.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself going back to the stylus, though?
Nah.
Okay.
Not really.
Great.
You don't.
Right.
You forget it's there, honestly.
Feature negated.
Yeah.
We did our jobs. As a phone, though, it comes with a 1.4 gigahertz dual-core processor, a gig of RAM. It's running Gingerbread with Samsung's TouchWiz UI, and is that good? I mean,
the UI, it's okay. What it does, we've seen it for a while. It adds a little minor conveniences to Gingerbread, which is kind of old at this point. What this phone is sorely lacking is ice cream sandwich.
Right.
Samsung says it's coming. If you look here, the Note and the Nexus, the Note has a faster processor, but older software. And the Nexus has ice cream sandwich with a slightly slower processor. And if you look here, boom, Nexus wins.
There we go.
The Nexus wins. So really, this is just, hey, come on, ice cream sandwich, it's coming.
Do they say that it is coming?
Yeah, they say it's coming. They don't tell us when.
Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about the camera on this thing.
Yeah.
Same 8-megapixel camera that we loved in the Galaxy S2.
Yeah.
Are the images just as good?
Yeah, they are. It's great. If you look at some of the pictures we took here, inside images look good. Great color. There's Bernardo.
That's the look the date sees before the trunk closes, by the way. Say goodbye to your friends and family.
And then he says, this one's all locked up or something. Inside baseball right there. Outside was equally pleasing. You saw that picture right there.
Yeah.
You know, it can replace your point and shoot while being larger than your point and shoot.
Exactly. Does this have an attachment that is an old-timey torch flash?
It
where you
might
get
as
under
well.
the hood and hold...
Stand back and really, really still.
Tag your burns on Facebook.
Hey.
The Samsung Galaxy Note can be yours starting tomorrow for $299 with a 2-year AT&T contract. What's the verdict?
It's going to be a 4 out of 5, everybody. 4 out of 5. It does everything you want a smartphone to do.
The seals couldn't even. It was larger than our seals on the screen.
It does it pretty well. The size is awkward, and the style is, well, cool. I mean, it feels like a weird throwback.
Well, we're totally out of time here, but what is this for then? Is this for someone that already has a smartphone or someone who needs to upgrade to a smartphone? But
this is for people that want to talk on a Bluetooth headset because it's embarrassing to take out.
Right.
Hey. And really, it's just a fun, gadgety thing. It's a good phone, but it's huge and awkward. So it's really up to you. If you like a huge, awkward phone, go for it. It's good.
All right. Matt Meyer, everybody. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Hi, Kevin again. Coming up, it's the behind-the-scenes moment of the week, Oscar edition. And Blair Butler shows us the freshest of fresh comics and fresh ink. Say that 5 times fast.
The feed is brought to you by the all-new PlayStation Vita. Never stop playing.
On the next Attack of the Show.
Magician Penn Jillette joins us to reveal how to make famous people disappear on The Celebrity Apprentice. And we'll carve the mountains of SSX, a reboot of the old-school snowboarding game in Game Break. Plus, sharpen your machete. Super badass Danny Trejo invades our studio with his new flick, Recoil. Then Chris Gore passes judgment on new releases Hugo and Justice League Doom on DV Tuesday. And we'll go hands-on with the brand new PS Vita in Gadget Prawn.
Coming up next week on Attack of the Show. It's time for the behind-the-scenes moment of the week!
This week, we performed our annual Oscars in 1 minute, give or take, sketch, where we predict, and normally with a stunningly low amount of accuracy, who will win an Academy Award this weekend.
What you don't see during this bit, however, is how quickly Kevin and I have to change into our different costumes.
Attack of the Show presents the Oscars in 1 minute, give or take. First, actress in a supporting role, Melissa McCarthy, Bridesmaids.
I won an Oscar!
Actor in a supporting role, Max von Sydow, extremely loud and incredibly close.
I'm extremely loud and incredibly...
Cinematography, the girl with the dragon tattoo.
There's a lot of rape and murder in that.
Yeah, but it's beautifully lit, rape and murder.
Very well lit.
Art direction, War Horse.
Okay. Queen. Oh, Queen. Guess this means war. Horse.
Visual effects, Real Steel.
I am Wolverine.
I'm a robot.
I'm Wolverine.
And Transformers.
No plot. Where's Megan?
Directing, The Tree of Life.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm the tree of life!
But seriously, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know. Nobody knows what this movie's about.
Writing, original screenplay, The Artist. Actress in a leading role, Meryl Streep, the Iron Lady.
Beep, beep, beep. I am the Iron Lady.
Kevin, you know this movie's about the only female British Prime Minister, right?
Iron Lady.
Actor in a leading role, Brad Pitt, Moneyball.
You want to see a movie about baseball, or?
Oh, God, no.
Hey, how about now? Oh!
Oh, God, yes!
And finally, the Best Picture, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2.
Wait a minute, that movie wasn't even nominated.
Silencio! It's the only movie I saw last year. Accio! Entitled. We really nailed it. All of you guys, you really did it. No shot at the crew. The rest of the crew is like, screw these guys. We had quite a debate as to what to do for Warhorse up until seconds before it hit air.
You were trying to make out with
Originally, it was me trying to
horse.
mount you, and make out with you and saddle you up, and then it became
You're gonna shoot, or
we were gonna have a sword
knives or
fight.
something, yeah.
Yeah, and then a gunfight. We settled on the card game of war.
I think that was the best one.
Yeah. Just wanted to take you for a peek behind the scenes. Kudos to everybody.
So
That was
great.
fun.
Yeah, you guys rock.
Okay.
There are many comics in the world, but very few make the national news. That's why this week on Fresh Ink, we'll tackle the Spider-Man comic that made headlines and history, plus the indie sensation that leapt from the web to the top of everybody's must-buy list, organic web shooters. Pew-pew. So this little comic represents a seismic shift in Marvel Comics history. I'll explain when we take a closer look at Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. Last year, in one of 2011's most shocking events, Marvel Comics killed off Spider-Man. Or at least they killed off the ultimate version of Peter Parker. See, there's a regular Marvel universe that fans call the 616, where Peter Parker is still Spider-Man. But there's also an Ultimate Marvel line launched in the year 2000 to reboot all of Marvel's key characters. In other words, 2 universes, 2 Peter Parkers. Anyway, after 11 years of web-slinging, the ultimate Peter Parker tragically died fighting the Green Goblin, and a new hero named Miles Morales stepped up to take on the Spider-Man mantle. But the fact that the new Spidey just happened to be half black and half Hispanic made national headlines and wound up discussed by everyone from Lou Dobbs to Jon Stewart, who mockingly made fun of the backlash on The Daily Show.
It's Lou Dobbs' worst nightmare. A Latino that can climb walls.
The buzz would likely have died down if the resulting comic book starring Miles sucked. Thankfully, it's fantastic. For the first time ever, many readers got to see a hero who looked like them starring in Marvel's marquee book. And new storylines and creative possibilities have opened up for one of comics' oldest icons. And now, let's lighten things up. Behold the indie sensation, Hark, a Vagrant. Cartoonist Kate Beaton started Hark a Vagrant as a webcomic, one that quickly won tons of fans for its sharp skewering of everything from Canadian history to classic literature. Now, some of her best work is collected for your reading pleasure, and oh my god, people, this Batman and assless chaps drawing is killing me. So if you need to laugh and want to feel like a highfalutin smarty pants while you do it, go forth and buy this comic post-haste, because if you haven't seen this drawing of a cat-like Wolverine using a chair as a scratching post, you are missing out. There you go, comedy and tragedy, all in under 3 minutes, plus a tiny death ray, which I'm sure does not work.